Good afternoon. Today is March 18th, and today, currently, by the Department of Health Services in Wisconsin, there's been 106 folks that have come down with coronavirus. There's only one in Southwood County. I've been telling you on other messages earlier in the week that we've been dealing with city leaders, some such as from the YMCA, the United Way, from Mackey, our local schools, the UWSP. There's a lot of folks involved in this, and we're doing this, we're being as proactive as we possibly can. We're not doing this out of a sense of panic, but we're doing this out of a sense of collaboration ideas. And so today, I'm going to introduce you to some of those folks that we're working with. So first up to speak is the City Administrator, Steve Barg.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to let all the citizens know that we are continuing to be open to serve the public. There may be some restrictions and limitations on access to City Hall. We're looking at the same kind of concerns that others are in terms of protecting health and safety. But we'll be available for you. We may look to have you do more by phone and online with us. I'm going to give you my phone number and email address at the end of this time, and I encourage you to call me if you have any questions or concerns. Do know that we are committed to working with the other partners that the mayor mentioned in terms of community organizations and the school district and others to try and protect health and safety. We want to do what's right. So if you have any things that come up that seem like you have questions or concerns, please notify us. My email address is steve.barg@ci.marshfield.wi.us. You can find that on our website, which I'll mention in a minute. My phone number direct is 486-2003. The most important thing is our website. You can find us online at www.ci.marshfield.wi.us. There's an icon specifically for COVID-19. Gives you a lot of information about what's going on here in the community with respect to the virus and what's happening, how you can be advised of the latest. So we thank you, and we look forward to continuing to work with everyone involved in fighting this terrible illness.
Thank you, Steve. Next up is the Police Chief, Rick Ramza.
Thank you, Mayor. One thing I want to say is I have never worked in such a collaborative group as we have here. I have all the faith and confidence that we are doing what you need for us, that we're doing what you need of us, and that we are supplying you with every resource available that is possible to us. Our lobby at the police department will remain open. If there are calls for service that can be handled over the phone, we encourage you to either call dispatch at 715-387-4394, or if you just have questions that don't necessitate talking to our dispatcher, you could call our office between 7:30 in the morning and 4:30 in the afternoon at 715-384-0800, and that should get you to one of our receptionists. We're responding to all calls for service as we normally would. Some of our calls for service that can be handled over the phone, you may get a phone call from us. We may not be at your door if it's not necessary, but for those calls that necessitate our immediate response or a face-to-face contact, know that we are still responding to that, but it may be, we might be practicing that 6-foot distance of safety. And lastly, we're going to continue patrolling the city just to make sure that you feel safe as citizens and visitors to our community. As we have in the past, we'll be enforcing laws and keeping the neighborhoods and communities safe. It's our job to keep the city safe and secure during this very difficult time. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Next up is the Fire Chief, Scott Owen.
Thank you, Mayor. The Fire and Rescue Department's operations have pretty much been limited to emergency and non-emergency responses for service. Our public education events have been suspended temporarily until this epidemic is over. Our fire inspections are also on hold unless it is one that is absolutely necessary and has to happen, and if that is the case, then we will adjust that. Ambulances are responding as normal. The firefighters are taking all the necessary precautions. Again, if you have a medical emergency, please do not hesitate to dial 911. If you have the flu-like symptoms, we ask that you don't call 911, but call your primary healthcare provider, or you can call the number that Marshfield Clinic has established as part of their COVID response plan. If you have any questions, you can certainly give me a call, 715-486-2094, and I will be happy to talk to you about the Fire and Rescue Department's operations and our plans moving forward. If you have specific questions related to emergency medical services, I would ask that you call Deputy Chief Steve Bacus, who is in charge of our EMS division. And again, he can be reached at 715-486-2094 as well. Just be rest assured that we are here for you. We will continue to be here for you and ask for your patience in our public education and responses. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief. Next up, Ashley Winch from the United Way.
Thanks, Bob. Good afternoon. I am here to encourage anybody seeking resources in the community to contact our office at 715-384-9992. You can also reach us by email at info@marshfieldareaunitedway.org, and that is all spelled out. One resource that I would like to highlight is the emergency food boxes that our Nutrition on Weekends program has partnered with Super Socks to provide to families on a weekly basis. Those boxes can be picked up at Super Sacks, located at 200 South Lincoln Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 12 to 4 and Fridays from 9 to noon. If you are unable to get to the pantry during any of those scheduled times, please also give our office a call at that 715-384-9992 as we are trying to coordinate deliveries. If we do have any community members that are interested in helping with the deliveries, please also give our office a call as we are utilizing volunteers to help do that. Thank you.
The United Way has been invaluable and done such a great job here in Marshfield. We are very, very thankful for them. Next up from the School District of Marshfield, Dr. Ryan Christensen.
Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of the School District of Marshfield, I'd like to begin by extending just a huge thank you to our students and our families for the tremendous effort that you've demonstrated on doing your best to perform your schoolwork remotely from home. Our staff is going to continue to do our best as well on our end to deliver that instruction remotely to our students for the foreseeable future. As I'm sure everyone is aware now, effective yesterday, the governor did remove the end date of our mandated statewide school closure, now being an indefinite status. We're not sure how long that is going to occur, but we are planning to continue to have our teaching staff deliver instruction remotely to our students while they're at home during this period. We do have iPad distribution going on at the elementary school levels beginning tomorrow and Friday. Information regarding pickup times at each of our elementary locations was sent out in a SkyAlert message to our parents. If you need to get that information, that's available on our school district website, as well as any and all information related to this COVID-19 situation or school closure situation that we're facing right now. In addition, I'm happy to note that we are going to continue to distribute free meals to any student ages 18 and under on a daily basis. We're proud that those numbers have increased each of the first 3 days that we've made that available. Today, I'm happy to report that we had 644 breakfast and lunches, that's both meals, 644 times 2, were picked up at our 2 building locations today. Effective on Monday, we're going to add a 3rd location, and that's Grant Elementary. So effective on Monday, you can add Grant Elementary as a pickup location for those free meals. The same time slot of 11 to noon will be at the high school, Lincoln Elementary, and Grant Elementary will start beginning on Monday. Beyond that, I just want to note again that we encourage you to keep up with our website for updates that are coming from the school district. Reach out, students and families, parents should reach out directly to your instructions or your building administrator if you have question about the remote teaching that we are delivering. Our district office, we are going to continue to have people working during this closure period, but beginning soon, we are going to be closing the building itself to the public. You can still reach out to us by calling our main district number of 715-387-1101, and we will have staff available to be able to answer and respond to questions that we may have coming in. And again, just to wrap up, I want to again thank our students and families for the tremendous effort we've seen from all of you during this very challenging period of time that we're experiencing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It really is truly incredible to see from our school district. I think he said over 600 meals went out, and that includes both breakfasts and lunch. I really hope you see how much people are working for you. Now, our final speaker is from, we are very fortunate here in Marshfield to have a world-class medical facility, and here to represent them today, Jay Schrader from the Marshfield Clinic Health System.
Thank you, Mayor. So I want to thank everyone listening to this video for helping us work together to flatten the curve related to the pandemic that we're currently working through. As a reminder to everyone, you all have a role, an important role in helping us, our community, respond to this, and starting with simple things like washing your hands, practicing social distancing, staying home, and staying informed is the most important thing. And I think today is a reflection of your city leaders coming together to help coordinate a response and trying to keep you better informed of the measures that we are putting in place. At the health system, we've taken a number of steps to help prepare and respond to the COVID-19 pandemic, and I wanted to share a few of those with you. First, Marshfield Clinic Health System did establish a COVID-19 helpline. That number is available to anyone that wants to call to receive information around COVID-19. We encourage people to take advantage of that number. It is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that number is 1-877-998-0880. Again, that's 877-998-0880. Secondly, we wanted to remind people of temporary visitor restrictions are in effect at all Marshfield Clinic Health System locations. And this is meant to really protect our patients. And you can visit those restrictions on our website, along with any of the information that I'm providing right now at marshfieldclinic.org. We've also been prepping on a daily basis for the past several weeks. It's important for us to let you know that the health system has been monitoring COVID-19 for some time. We've been working extremely hard in developing plans and implementing those plans across our large system, but more specifically here in the city of Marshfield. We continue to review lots of federal and state recommendations around testing, around lab procedures, personal protective equipment, and so forth. We also want you to know that we are prepared to respond and to manage COVID-19. While things may not be the same as usual, we are open for business. We are working with our patients. We are seeing some minimal disruptions in terms of preventive care services and things like that, where we may be rescheduling some of those so that we can be prepared for patients that need our care for responding to COVID-19. We are also looking at working on telehealth services which will allow us to reach our patients even more efficiently and effectively in their own homes, and we'll be making some announcements along that very soon. Finally, there has been a lot of discussion in the community around testing, and it's important, again, for you to know that we are doing everything possible to increase our testing. We are working with the Center for Disease Control, our State Department of Health Services, our local Wood County Health Department, Sue Comferman, and the folks from there. We have very stringent guidelines about who is tested, at what level they're tested, and we know that there is some limited capacity around testing. So we do encourage you to visit our website to receive that information as we push it out at marshfieldclinic.org. And finally, we want to let folks know that we will be implementing some patient screening at our sites. And again, this is to make sure that we are trying to protect our patients and our employees. Some of those sites have already started doing patient screenings at the door. And again, you can find out more about those patient screenings on our website. And finally, we just want to thank everyone in the city of Marshfield, our local businesses, the people of Marshfield, our staff of the Marshfield Clinic Health System for their patience and hard work. Things continue to change hour by hour with COVID-19, as I'm sure you're well aware, with all the state and federal mandates and requirements. And our commitment to you is to keep you informed as we move through this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We know that there is a lot going on out there, and we don't want anyone to panic, which is why we thought it was important that everyone come together. We're going to get through this. What can you and I do? Number one, if you sneeze or if you cough, remember to cover your mouth and your nose. Wash your hands and wash them a lot. If you're sick, stay home. And if your kids are sick, keep them home. the more social distancing we can do, the better off everybody is going to be, the faster we're going to get through this. This virus really goes out after the elderly, especially those with underlying medical conditions. We're going to get through this, Marshfield. We're going to get through it together. If you'd like more information, you can go to the city website at ci.marshfield.wi.us. We have a special emergency alert there as well. And also you can go to the marshfieldclinic.org. We believe that information is very, very powerful, and if you go to those places, there'll be more. You'll see more updates coming with more information, probably early next week. Until that time, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We will continue to keep you informed.